We welcome you to Trustmark Park here in Pearl and the 2018 MHSAA State High School Baseball Championships presented by Farm Bureau. Today it's Game 2 in 3A between North Pontotoc and St. Andrews. Hello, everyone. Will Colmeyer alongside former big leaguer Chris Snowpack. We'll get you ready for this showdown in Class 3A. St. Andrews won the first game 4-3. North Pontotoc, the visitors today, Chris. The Vikings now need a win to keep this series alive. When you look at this bunch, what impresses you the most out of Chad Anthony's Vikings?
Well, you've got a guy on the mound, a senior that's got a lead, Clark Mills. He's got a 1.1 ERA for the year, and he's hitting .566. So he's a guy, as a senior, has got a lead. They've also got a front-loaded lineup, and so the back end of the lineup's got to contribute as well. Yeah, you mentioned Mills. He will get the start on the mound today. This is a guy that just until a couple weeks ago wasn't really a part of that starting rotation, but he's stepped up big down the stretch. He has, and I think as a senior, he's been through some games where he's had the experience, and so I'm sure he's ready for today. All right, we shift our attention from the Vikings to the Saints from St. Andrews. Head coach Mark Fanning, just one win away from winning their first state title since 1985. What stands out when you look at the Saints? Just well balanced. They've got a lineup that really hits. They got guys that get on base, and obviously they've got the arms. And today is no different. They got C.J. Karen going, and C.J.'s 8-2 on the year with a 1.1 ERA as well. Yeah, I hear Karen has quite a changeup, and he'll be pitching for a state title here today. Yeah, it's real exciting. I think this is their first state championship opportunity, or real opportunity for the last 20 years. All right. Time to look into that crystal ball. These keys to victory for both these teams today, brought to you by College Savings Mississippi. What's it going to take for both these teams to be successful today? Well, we talked about it. North Pontotoc, they've got to execute at the plate. They've got to take advantage of guys on base. They were 2 for 10 for game 1. Today they've got to get that better. They got to make the routine plays as well defensively. St. Andrews, another quick start offensively. They have some guys that can run early in the lineup. They need to do that again today. And then the pitching depth with C.J. Karen leading, it's very good. They're in a very good position right now to make this game 2 win for them. All right, those are the keys to both teams today, brought to you by College Savings Mississippi. When we come up, we'll have the starting lineups and, of course, the first pitch. Game 2 of this 3A between North Pontotoc and St. Andrews here on the NFHS Network.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great home and auto rates and local agents at favorites.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
With a game-saving plan for you. Open a Max account or an Impact account with College Savings Mississippi. Max and Impact make it easy to save for college and offer special tax advantages.
When it comes to saving for college, Max and Impact are the way to go.
Good job. Way to go, guys.
Heard it echo down the well where my heart once hung. Hear my name ringing when I'm done.
We welcome you back to Trustmark Park. We're just a few moments away from today's first pitch, Game 2 of the best of 3 in 3A. Let's take a look at the batting order for the visiting Vikings from North Pontotoc High School. This batting order brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. And it's the same lineup that we saw basically in Game 1. Dyer, Anthony, and Mills at the top. Then it's Hooper, Reeder, and then Hence Hooper. And then Robertson, Suddup, and Hicks rounded out. That's the batting order today for head coach Chad Anthony and North Pontotoc. Defensively, the Saints will look like this. In the outfield, it's Thomas, Tolley, and Bowman. Around the infield, it's Daniels, Ducote, Rothwarg, and Towns. Ray will catch Karen, and that defensive alignment brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Time now for our national anthem. All right, now that we've got the national anthem completed, time to get ready for our first pitch today between North Pontotoc and St. Andrews. You see plenty of the blue and orange from North Pontotoc out of Ecru. Came down last night, spent the night, and they're ready to try to get back into this series down 1-0. St. Andrews looking for their first state championship since 1985. There you see Coach Anthony. Chad Anthony and North Pontotoc coming in 25-6 on the year. They've got a long list of division titles under Coach Anthony. Back here for the first time since 2011. And you mentioned you were impressed with, he's got quite a ball club. And his team, they talked about it even before today's game, too. I mean, it's such a tough road, Chris, to get down here. You just cherish these opportunities to play here at Trustmark Park.
Yeah, you do. And a lot of things have got to go your way. And get, like you said, getting those little breaks. I think both these teams, I mean, 24-6, 32-6, have had great years. It's a tribute to their hard work in the offseason and right now.
How about C.J. Kieran? What a year he has had. 8-2 record and eye-popping 1.15 earner on average. I like that strikeouts to walks ratio as well.
Yeah, it's really high. It's good stuff. I mean, Rhodes College is getting a good player, and you've got a senior on this team that's willing to lead.
Yeah, in fact, he'll be rooming at Rhodes College with Sam Rothward, the second baseman. So they'll be playing together at Rhodes and rooming together as well. And I'll tell you what really impresses me, we saw his numbers on the mound. He's a really good hitter, but how about a 36 ACT?
Yeah, it's a testament to both those guys, and I'm sure they'll be probably either future doctors or dentists or engineers.
There's Mark Fanning, the head coach of St. Andrews. Fourth trip to these finals. First two went 3 games, and then last time was 2 years ago. They lost 2-0 to Kossuth. And away we go. The first pitch is a called strike from Karen to Ethan Dyer, the center fielder.
Yeah, well, we talked about it. It's important that North Pontotoc try to get off to a quick start, try to put a little pressure on the pitching staff at St. Andrews.
Dyer wears the number 21 on the back of his uniform. He is a junior. He had a terrific game 1. He was 3 for 4 with a run scored and a run batted in. North Pontotoc had 8 hits in game 1. He had 3 of them.
Yeah, he's really working the count here as 330 hitter, 334 actually. And he's got 5 stolen bases, so maybe can put a little pressure on the bags if he can get on base.
And there's ball 4. And so Dyer gets a free pass to start today's game. He'll be on first with the coach's son, Sheffield Anthony, coming to the plate.
Yeah, you got Sheffield hitting 400, and he also he got 10 stolen bases, leading the team. And so these first two guys, it's important that they get on base in North Pontotoc.
Yeah, you don't see that very often, do you, Chris? The catcher that leads the team in stolen bases. But that's what Anthony does. Showing bunt, pulled the trigger back, and a called strike.
Yeah, and the benefit with St. Andrews and C.J. Karen on the mound is he's a senior, and so he shouldn't get too nervous with a leadoff walk.
There's a strike called.
And what's interesting is both the first two pitches right there, Sheffield showing bunt, so playing a little small ball, or trying to get a little small ball going.
One and two the count. We had a scoreless first inning in game one of this series, and then North Pontotoc fell behind 2-0 in the second. Then it was 4-0 St. Andrews before North scored a couple runs in the bottom of the third. So the Vikings trying to get out to a better start, not falling behind St. Andrews like they did in game one. It was 4-0 after 2.5 innings. Another warm day here at the ballpark, but not as warm as yesterday, where we were in the low 90s. There's a smash to short. Ducote to Ruffwarg, and the relay. That's a pretty smooth 6-4-3 double play.
Yeah, Ducote as shortstop's a good player, and you can see those guys. Let's replay right here. Looked like a little runner was taken off, but communication right there, and decided to take it to himself, and big 2 outs for St. Andrews.
Yeah, so Ducote, a 6-3 double play, and a one-hop smash by Clark Mills, the pitcher. The throw over to first is in time by Daniels. And North Pontotoc is done here in the top of the first. When we come back, we'll take a look at the St. Andrews batting order. No scores. We head to the bottom of the first here in game 2 of this best of 3 presented by Farm Bureau.
With a game-saving plan for you. Open a Max account or an Impact account with College Savings Mississippi. Max and Impact make it easy to save for college and offer special tax advantages.
When it comes to saving for college, Max and Impact are the way to go.
Good job. Way to go, guys.
The 2018 MHSAA Baseball Championships are brought to you by Farm Bureau. Get great new home and auto rates and local agents at favrates.com. College Savings of Mississippi. Visit TreasurerLynnFitch.com for more information about how Max and Impact can help you start saving today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. It's good to be blue. And by Yarnell's Premium Ice Cream, proud sponsor of the MHSAA.
Welcome back to Pearl as we get set for the bottom of the first inning. North Pontotoc did not score in the top half of the frame. Time to take a look at that St. Andrews starting lineup for head coach Mark Fanning, brought to you by Farm Bureau Insurance. Ruffwarg, Thomas, and Tolley at the top. Then it's Karen, Towns, and Ducote in the middle. Bowman, Ray, and Daniels round out that batting order for Coach Fanning and the Saints. Defensively, the Vikings will look like this. In the outfield from left to right, it's Reeder, Dyer, and Robertson. Howell, Sudduth, and then the Hooper brothers on the right side of the infield. And the coach's son, Sheffield Anthony, will catch Clark Mills. And that defensive alignment brought to you by Farm Bureau as well. And here's Clark Mills, the high school quarterback at North Pontotoc. And you can see a sparkling earned run average. We talked about it in the open with Chris that he hasn't had a lot of innings pitched because he basically was not a starting pitcher until late. That's because Corley Hooper tore a meniscus in the third round against Houston, and so he's had to step up, and his first pitch is low and outside to Sam Ruffwarg. So Ruffwarg, Thomas, and Tolley here in the bottom of the first. A swing and a miss. I'm being joined right now in the broadcast booth by Dwayne Rayner, the managing partner from one of our sponsors, Biaggi's. First of all, Dwayne, welcome to the broadcast.
Well, thanks, Will.
I tell you what, it's not an MHSAA broadcast on the NFHS network without Biaggi's. We talk about your restaurant all game long. I know you enjoy the partnership.
I do. This is our first year, and we're loving every minute of it. We look forward to many more years.
There's a called strike, 3-2 the count to the leadoff hitter, Rothwarg. Thomas is on deck. Popped up, right side, in foul territory. Corley Hooper will make the catch for the first out. And the Saints will now have Avery Thompson coming to the plate. I tell you what, I know all about those pronto packs. Talked about it on calling all of these broadcasts. I know that's one of your big specialties, isn't it?
Yeah, we sell more pronto packs than anything to our to-go guests. People use it for parties. They use it for celebrations. They use it to bring to families in need when someone's sick or in the hospital. They're $40 a piece, pasta, salad, and bread. You can't get a better deal in town.
No, absolutely not, especially with everybody's lifestyle. It's so busy. Avery Thomas now with a 1-1 count. All about convenience, isn't it?
It is, and it's certainly convenient. We can actually get that together for you in less than 30 minutes.
There's a called strike, 1-2 the count. What tripped the trigger? Why did Biaggi's all of a sudden want to get be a part of these MHSAA broadcasts here on the NFHS network?
Well, it makes sense. I mean, we're a family dining restaurant. I have kids that play sports. All of my sons played sports, so it's something near and dear to my heart, as well as the company's. So we're a family restaurant. We like helping families.
I like that. Well, Thomas, fly ball to center. Dyer took care of Avery, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. So 2 outs, nobody on, with Banks, Tolley, the center fielder. So there you are, Dwayne, getting a little tube time there. So how about something else? We talked about the pronto packs. How about some other specialties?
Well, our lunch. We have a half and half specials that we run every day. It's $9.99, and you can do half soup and salad. You can do soup and pasta, salad and pasta. I don't think a lot of people really think about us as being as affordable as we are at lunch. So I definitely want to encourage people to give us a try at lunch, and it certainly gives you a lot of variety as well.
No question about that. Of course, located at the Renaissance at Colony Park Shopping Center in Ridgeland, and your carryout, we talked about it, the perfect solution for the busy lifestyles out there. And of course, you want as much traffic as possible. Go to the online. You can order online at biaggi's.com.
Absolutely. And we take phone calls every day, booking parties. We have a pretty large banquet hall. We can seat up to 60 people. So we do a lot of parties, especially we just did a bunch for graduations this year.
Dwayne, appreciate your time. And there is a strikeout to Tolley, and that ends the bottom of the first. We go to the second. No score here in Pearl.
With a game-saving plan for you. Open a Max account or an Impact account with College Savings Mississippi. Max and Impact make it easy to save for college and offer special tax advantages.
When it comes to saving for college, Max and Impact are the way to go.
Good job. Way to go, guys.
You made a promise to love, to dream, to share, to forgive, to grow, to create something stronger. You made a promise, and we're here to help you keep it. Bank Plus. It's more than a name. It's a promise.
You are watching the 2018 MHSAA State High School Baseball Championships presented by Farm Bureau. We head to the top of the second. No score in Game 2 of this best of 3 in 3A as St. Andrews won Game 1 on Tuesday by the score of 4-3. There you see some of the Saints fans that are in attendance here at Trustmark Park. Not too bad of a drive from Madison to Pearl, so they were out in strong numbers in Game 1 as well. Will Colmar alongside Chris Snopek, the rest of our NFHS Network crew. We're thrilled to have you on board with us on a late Thursday afternoon here on the network. It'll be Corley Hooper, Jake Reeder, and Hence Hooper, the 4, 5, and 6 hitters against C.J. Karen. Boy, that didn't take long. Karen strikes out Hooper for the first out. Including Jake Reeder, the left fielder. Reeder started Game 1 on the mound, went 6 innings. Gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, 3 were earned. At the plate, Reeder was 0 for 4. And Karen quickly ahead 0-2. Back-to-back Ks to start the second inning for C.J. Karen. So with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Hence Hooper, the second baseman. Good shot of Karen. And it's up to Hence Hooper, the second baseman for North Pontotoc, to keep this inning going. What impresses you the most when you look at Karen?
Change, and the other thing too is he's working on his location, and he's getting really good rhythm now where he goes in and out. And as hitters, it's hard to fight that, especially when you get an umpire that gives him maybe 4 or 5 inches off plate.
0-2 the count to Hence Hooper. Ty Robertson is on deck, but Hooper has to reach in order for Robertson to get an at-bat here in the second, and he won't get an at-bat. C.J. Karen just struck out the side, folks. And he is in some kind of groove. We head to the bottom of the second. Karen will lead off for the Saints when we come back.
Texas State has prepared me academically, spiritually, financially. I was already mature, but they taught me how to be mature in a professional manner.
The quality education that I received at Jackson State University really set the foundation to pursue God's PhD.
I came on my first visit. I love the atmosphere. The culture has so much energy. There's always something going on. Jackson State, to me, it's just a home away from home.
The 2018 MHSAA Baseball Championships are brought to you by Farm Bureau. Contact Farm Bureau Insurance for great home and auto rates, local agents, and fast, friendly claims. Go with the home team. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Mississippi. Live healthy, live blue. Millsaps College. And by Mississippi State University, proud sponsor of the MHSAA.
Welcome back to Pearls. We head to the bottom of the second. No score between North Pontotoc and St. Andrews. Your favorite dessert just got a makeover. Scoop up our new flavor, Yarnell's Strawberry Cheesecake Yogurt. Delicious strawberries, swirl of graham cracker and creamy cheesecake pieces. Stop on your way home and pick up the down-home goodness of Yarnell's Premium Ice Cream. C.J. Karen, the pitcher, first pitch swinging, sends a fly ball out to Reeder and left. And there's one out here in the second.
Yeah, good swing right there by C.J. And what's interesting about this ballpark, what's different, is a lot of these clubs are playing on fields that are 315, 320 down the lines, and that ball might have been on the warning track at their home field, and we're here, it's a lot bigger outfield space.
Yeah, it's cavernous here. 335 down the line, 402 to straightaway center field. You got to uncoil on one to get one out of this ballpark. Here's Holland Towns, the first baseman.
Yeah, St. Andrews has three guys that have really been doing it, driving runs in. This is one of them. Holland has got 33 RBIs on the year.
A strike call.
And you can tell Clark Mills is matching, you know, even though he's not striking guys out, but he's locating on the outer half, getting outs.
This is popped up. Foul territory down the first base line, and it will find a home on the track.
And that's what's exciting about the state championship is a lot of these teams here have a lot of, the good senior leadership. And so you've got both guys on the mound that obviously don't want this to be their last. Well, one of them wants to be their last game, and this guy on TV doesn't. And so he's going to compete. And, you know, he's throwing a slider or a curveball for a strike, and he's locating his fastball. And it's going to keep St. Andrews off balance, but at the same time, they got to back him up with defense.
Towns went 0 for 2 in game one with a walk. He was the winning pitcher for St. Andrews, as he went 5 2/3 innings, scattered 7 hits, gave up 3 runs, only 2 were earned. And then Rothwarg came in and got the save. We've got a storyline that's developing the first 2.5 days of these state championships presented by Farm Bureau. The south half, Chris Snopek, as there is a called strike, 3. So there's 2 outs. That's the second strikeout for Mills. The south half is 7-0 in these championships.
Wow.
North looking for their first win in this game here for North Pontotoc.
That's unreal, isn't it? I mean, it's not like there's that big of a difference in the program. It's just it's the way it's going. You know, Hattiesburg came out today just on fire. And so I'm sure that it might change a little, but it's pretty impressive.
Yes, it is. You mentioned Hattiesburg. They won in a mercy rule against Lewisburg, winning the 5A state championship about an hour before we went on the air with our game. They won that 5A 2-0 against Lewisburg, winning today 11-1.
And you can see right there, what's interesting is that you got Clark Mills, let him off with a fastball, was down 1-0, came back with a curveball. And as a hitter, that messes with your mind. And it makes him think. And so all of a sudden you might see a fastball next pitch, which it was, and you kind of freeze a little because it starts making you guess at the plate. Now, as you can tell, from up here, it looks like the umpire is giving a little room, SEC room, for the pitchers, and that bodes well for this guy on the mound.
1-2 the count. Dakota has to guard the dish.
Got a little excited right there.
Sure.
Fastest guy on the team.
2-2 the count with 2 outs here in the second inning. So the deuces are wild on that scoreboard over the left center field wall here at Trustmark Park.
And so that 2-2 pitch was a changeup. So now we got 3 pitches. And so Dakota right here has got to process all that. What we're thinking here, obviously 3-2, don't want to get a run on our base. Probably going to go fastball. Nope. Curveball.
And he pulls the string on Dakota. And Mills ends this frame with back-to-back strikeouts. He's got 3 in the game. It'll be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters, Robertson, Suddeth, and Hicks. When we come back, we're scoreless after 2.
Okay, Brett, safety and car insurance.
Never scored a safety. That's defense. But go on, please.
Yeah, defensive. That's exactly how you should drive.
There is no such thing as a defensive drive. Offense makes the drive.
Oh, I mean when you're on the road.
But it doesn't matter, home or away.
Okay, clearly I'm striking out here.
That's baseball.
Get great home and auto rates and local agents at favorites.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
You made a promise to love, to dream, to share, to forgive, to grow, to create something stronger. You made a promise, and we're here to help you keep it. Bank Plus. It's more than a name. It's a promise.
Back here in the top of the third, we've got a nice pitcher's duel brewing here. C.J. Karen, last inning, struck out the side. And he has looked very strong through the first two.
Really has. Not surprised. He's performed all year. He's located his fastball well. And North Pontotoc, as I said in the opening, the bottom half of this lineup has got to do something to get on base for the top half of the lineup. You know, then they have a chance. If this guy's in his corners, it's going to be tough.
So it's up to Ty Robertson. He leads off. He's the right fielder. Extremely quick. Robertson went 1 for 2 with a walk in game one. In fact, he scored 2 of North Pontotoc's 3 runs.
Yeah, and you can see right there, CJ's doing the same thing. Led off with a fastball, came back with a curveball. And so he's just trying to get these guys to think, but he's also trying to figure out what rhythm can produce strikes.
And it's now 3-0 the count to Robertson. Taking all the way. A strike call, 3-1.
Yeah, and this